Hello, Namaste, and welcome to my channel, Spiritual Gina, where I encourage you to pursue your soul. And of course, I forgot something, so let me go grab that. I'll be like right back really quickly. Okay. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I always forget something. It's always something. I didn't forget the lighter this time for the candle. I'm also gonna do some sage. I guess we do sage here as well. But yeah, I always forget something. That's okay though. We're doing better. Less things forgotten this time. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Today we have a channeled collective message. And as you probably noticed, but maybe not if you're watching this back, the title came through super bold, super loud today. So I'm just excited to channel the messages with the cards here. And then also I have Paid Tarot open as well. I'm going to go ahead and update that in the channel description or title or whatever. All right, but I do want to start with the collective message here because it came through again very, very strongly, very, very powerfully. So I don't think there's anything we have to do. I guess I'm gonna put my playlist on. But yeah, I think we can go ahead and get started. All right. So the title, of course, today is True Abundance is Self-Concept. And now what is self-concept? Well, it's I think really popular, in the subliminal community, in the community where they just make subliminals using regular music. And by the way, I do have a playlist. It's called Spiritually Gina's Gym Jams, and I really love that playlist. I update it constantly, so if you're interested in knowing what I'm listening to, then you can go ahead and play that list. But I feel that all manifestations come down to self concept, and many of us simply have a poor self concept. We have a poor perception of, um, what we deserve. It's a poor perception in how we feel, really. But that definitely impacts our manifestations. So, again, I was Spirit, what deck do you want me to use? I'm kind of confused because I want to either use this deck or this deck. Which is better for self-concept? They said this one, but I'm like, I want to use this one. It's the struggle. Maybe we can pull some extra cards with that one. All right, but anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and get into what the cards have to say about the collective self-concept. But I'm pretty sure the title will stay the same. True abundance is self-concept, is, I guess, positive self-concept. So I'm going to go ahead and change that as well. Um, and I feel that also positivity kind of has like not a negative vibe to it, but we have the thing called toxic positivity, toxic whatever, whatever. And I feel that, to some degree it's true. Like you can't necessarily be positive about everything, but at the end of the day, the only thing that we do have control over is how we feel about certain events. 444, how we feel about certain events. And so I feel that we have to be able to reframe things. We have to be able to have an expansive mindset. Tea from last night. I refrigerated it, don't worry. But yes, it's rose tea. Normally I don't do rose tea so early in the day. Usually I'm a green tea girl, but rose tea. It's 222, by the way. So let's just see what the collective self-concept is like. And I also want to be sure to say that the spread I'm using is from a tarot channel called Tarot Maps by Vincent Prisati, I think his name is. I will have him linked, or I will, I guess, tag him or something. I'll leave his channel down below. I really like his content. I love his vibe. He is a tarot de Marseille extraordinaire. I just love his stuff. So that's what I'm using today. That's the spread that we're using today. So collective energy. I saw someone doing this to cleanse their energy, to cleanse their cards, and it really works. A little bell. Sorry if that was hard to hear. And I also have my little spray that I've been using to, you know, just keep my energy super clear, super fresh throughout the readings. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading now. All right, so what is the collective? Okay, something falling out here. What is the collective self-concept like? So we automatically have the Musician coming out and the Upright. So I'm going to keep it that way. And I'm going to move this over. Sometimes I feel like this desk is so big, but then also so tiny. Okay, there we go. All the things out currently. All right, so we have the Musician. We have the Fool. Wow. I feel I need to go grab my book to see if there are any specific associations. But I'm definitely getting the Musician, Fool, risk taker energy. And you know, being a risk taker, the term risk taker have been circulating, and it's not necessarily good to always take a risk, but sometimes it's like high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward. So having that mindset around risk taking and applying it to our self-concept, you know, that this is the idea. So understanding and knowing that, you know, to manifest, sometimes we do have to take what we feel like is a risk. But especially when you do have a positive self-concept, especially when you do have this inner wealth of abundance called, namely self-concept, excuse me, I do feel that you are able to take more risk. Basically, you are able to kind of go against society's norms, go against the grain, really step into your personal power, really step into just whomever you want to be. And one more, please, for the collective self-concept. I love how, like, these two flew out, and then this one is taking some time. So it may be taking us some time to find that sense of equilibrium or a sense of balance when it comes to self-concept, and, you know, just when it comes to the ideas that we have about ourselves. Because I feel that underneath all of the programming, we definitely have this wild, you know, imaginative creator inside of us. And so I believe that it could also be about unlocking the depths of the imagination, unlocking I'm gonna take from the top in a second. Unlocking the depths of our imaginations, unlocking who we are in our most rawest form, in our most rawest state. Like, can I talk today? I don't know. I love this pink on me, by the way. I really love wearing pink. I feel like a girl. We have 6 of Fire. Wow. So this is inevitable success. And because of how long it took to come out, maybe we feel that it's taking a while. The 6 of Wands does indicate, you know, again, success, victory, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of being. So now we will take a look at the problem or the issue with self-concept currently. And again, we have the Magician, and then we have the King of Swords reversed. So I do, and this fall out this way, I don't shuffle. All my cards in this deck are upright all the time because I don't like necessarily getting reversals. And so when I do get a reversal, I'm like, okay, this is actually supposed to, I'm very like specific and kind of ODD, or I don't know, like I'm just like, I kind of OD on the cards a little bit. But we have the King of Swords reversed here. So this coming in reversed next to the Magician, it makes me feel that the problem is there's definitely an issue with there being a no nonsense or like a no shit attitude, basically. So basically, like, whenever we're manifesting, really having the idea, really having the willpower to say this is what is happening, like really, speaking it into existence. But I feel that it kind of goes beyond that. I feel that, this could be like maybe even having a divided heart, not taking action, lost and unable to decide with any given direction, and, having low ambition, low determination, just being kind of the opposite of the fool. The fool is someone that, again, is a risk taker, someone that, is determined to succeed, has like a certain amount of willpower. So the collective self concept issue could be an issue around willpower. And when I think of willpower, I do think of the solar plexus, yes. But for me, it is in the Manipura chakra, the willpower. But I feel that it's a symptom. I feel willpower is a symptom of previous development or previous, like, for me it's just like it's a byproduct, willpower, and we can definitely cultivate it, but like it's a byproduct of our decisions, it's a byproduct of our choices. Thank you. It's a byproduct of us deciding that this is what we want, and not being divided about it, not taking no for an answer, just being super clear about this is what I want, and there's even no reason why I want it. This is what I want, and that means I have it. So this is kind of, I think, tapping into the law of assumption here. And the law of assumption, I think we've all heard of this before, if you're like really into like manifesting and researching what manifesting is. But if you have not, law of assumption basically means by assuming it, you have it. So again, there could be lack of assumption, but I feel for many, it's like just this idea of being divided and lack of willpower. And it's not necessarily, shame on you. It's more so just like this is something that we have to cultivate. This is something that we have to actively try at. And this is, again, a byproduct of our decisions, a byproduct of our choices, and taking responsibility for the choices that you make and the reason, why you're there. And it's not necessarily blaming as much as it is not allowing the external to rule and weigh. And even now, as I'm watching this, because I guess we can go ahead and be really frank, there's no one watching this, so I'm like, damn, But at the end of the day, I know that this is where and what I'm supposed to be doing, And so I feel that this King of Swords reverse really taps into kind of like the victim mindset, I would say, a little bit here as well. And just knowing that, you know, knowing that, awareness is really key. Awareness is really key. Knowing that awareness around your thoughts are key. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the next card here. So what else is the problem or the issue with the collective self-concept? And also, I guess I can say this now as well. As far as abundance, I feel that we often externalize abundance. And I feel that external abundance is a sign of internal alignment. And so I would say that we often say abundance is having friends, abundance is having cars, abundance is having money, but I would say that um, that's all a byproduct of having an abundant mindset. And it's semantics, sure, but I think it's good to make the distinction. Okay. Okay, we have two coming out here. I'm going to put them back, but we have the Chariot and the Three of Tides. So one card, please. The Three of Cups. So the Chariot and Three of Cups. So for me, that definitely says indulging in your emotions a little bit. You know, that may seem foreign for me, I guess, but indulging in your emotions a little bit. And I have a card here. And also understanding, you know, we drive our ships. We are the captain of our ships. We can determine where and won't we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Where and won't we go? We have the Hermit here. Wow. Okay. So for me, this is part of the problem could also be, I know for me, this is kind of hitting home actually. And it's really strange how it's completely different from the Chariot and also the Three of Cups. But I guess the Three of Cups is more internal. So that's what this card is probably hitting on, the internal aspect. With the Hermit card here, there's definitely the search for inner wisdom, the search for inner alignment, the search for inner integration. It doesn't make any sense. That's like a double entendre. A search for integration, right? And coming in as the problem, we could be externalizing our energies and not relying too much on other people, but we could be, I guess the word dependent comes to mind, on other people. And yes, other people are definitely here to guide us, but you know, no one can do, well, I guess except for Jesus. No one can do the work for you, you know? Like, it's definitely this inner searching, it's definitely this inner pilgrimage, that of self-concept. It's definitely the sense of coming into not even wholeness, but coming into power from within, feeling our power from within, because we have the Six of Wands here. And that card is a card of power, a very strong card of power, actually. And our power to shape our realities. This would be connected to the Tower card. And that's a very powerful association, simply because the Tower card can be, it just depends, but I view it as an abrupt change. And depending, it could be for the better or for the worse. And with the Six of Fire, it's directing that energy towards positive change. Let's see what the solution is for self-concept. I just feel like, you know, it's all about you. Your self-concept is all about you. I think I may change that, because I think the abundance thing it's not resonating with the message per se. But I still liked it. The solution, please. And I said, no, that's not the title. That's not the title. So I'll leave it to that. Wow. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. And with it being in this position, it could take some legwork to change this self-concept. It can take some honest to God effort and energy to change this way of being. We have 19 though. We have the Wheel of Fortune, 10, and the Hermit, 9, and I'm seeing 19. So I'm seeing the Sun. So it may take some time, but damn, the Sun always comes out, especially when, like, you put in the effort. We have the Four of Fire, Four of Wands, King of Cups, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Page of Cups, King of Fire, King of Wands. I always feel like my messages are just like, I always try to see like the overarching thing. And I'm definitely seeing, again, the difficulty and having like the self-concept that we know we desire, that we know that we want, and having that accurately reflected in our realities. But it's like the four wands are saying, okay. It's like, okay, stick to the course then. Like, you are the captain of your ship. No one can steer and direct your life but you. And that's not necessarily true, because we do have people who like allow the outside world to do that. Like, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just like when you're wanting to be conscious about it, it does change how you approach things, how you approach life, how you approach individuals. And then with the King of Cups behind that, this is definitely also not self-concept. They said is found in the heart, not the mind. Damn, that's the title. That is the title. That's the title there. Self-concept is found in the heart and not the mind. So there we go. And you know, again, I love dabbling in all kind of things spiritual. And I mainly heard about self-concept via subliminals. So there's also, you know, subliminals to help clear the energy. And I would say continue to work with the heart chakra to come into completion within the self. And it's like the heart can really impact and shape the mind. The mind can also shape the heart as well. But the heart is a very, very pure place, in my opinion. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull some oracle. And I think that would be all for today. Make sure I don't get caught in the fire. That would not be good. Going to pull up to 7 cards from here, and then we can discuss them as they come out. So more about the collective self-concept, please. More about this message of self-concept being found in the heart. So we have clinging here. The mind is what clings, because the mind can kind of only conceptualize what's in front of it. For some individuals, you may also be very imaginative, so that may not resonate, but clinging can cause more repelling, and it also causes like constriction as well. So being sure that we aren't clinging. Of course, detachment is key. And you know, the King of Wands, King of Swords is Aquarius energy. And so I would say Aquarius energy for me really embodies someone that just does not give a fuck. And that's why I love their energy so much, is because they're weird, they're quirky, and they don't give two shits about it. And I feel that I definitely haven't been in that space, you know, but I'm also like embracing that. And so I love that being crossed with clinging, because we often cling to things, and it's very natural, it's very normal, but it's not necessarily healthy all the time, especially when you know something isn't working for you, working for your energy. Wow, then we have melancholy. So I feel that this is kind of telling the story of our self-concept, you know, clinging to the past, not wanting to move on, not wanting to let go, having sadness. And for me, melancholy is linked to the throat chakra, and the storage of grief in the heart, and also the thyroid as well. So sorrow is like I'm sad, I'm anxious, and I don't know why. And then there's the other one where like you know why you're sad, but you're still sad. So I'm seeing this melancholy card connected to subconscious grief, subconscious pain. And that can also impact your self-concept, you know, clinging on or hanging on to those emotions, and it's not necessarily always our fault. But when you are running up against the wall, then you know you do have to like you do have to, it's you can do whatever you want to do, you know, but if you want to move past the obstacle, you do have to learn, adapt, and maybe even change. Any more about this? Okay, that's 5 in my head. That's 4 across. We have love and desire. I feel that this can also show up in relationships. For some people, this feeling of clinging, this feeling of the sadness, you know, this feeling of melancholy, sorrow. And also, I feel for some individuals, like hanging on to relationships or being in relationships so that something is filled inside of you. Not necessarily coming together because it works, but just being together for artificial reasons. And also this love being the antidote as well. We have completion. I feel that for many of us watching this, we're kind of like, I know that I'm at the stage to where like I know I control my reality. So it's like let's get this shit together. Of course, the circles of or the cycles of melancholy, of clinging, of course honoring that, but also allowing it to die off, to form something new. Ooh, someone was like, fuck yeah. Chills. Confirmation. And also confirmation that, you know, now is the time to change and be consistent within this changed state, to persist in this changed state. This card has been coming out a lot for me, and I've learned that also. So by the way, if you want to check out my playlist, you can do that because there could be messages for you. And I know that my angels specifically come through with songs that I'm hearing around me, but not in my personal playlist. So that means like whenever I'm like out and about, I'm like, okay, what song is playing right now? Because sometimes it resonates with me. Oof. We have bridge, reconciliation. It's really interesting coming in on the circles card. We have orange, enthusiasm, excitement, warmth. 222, bringing balance into your relationships. Blue. And we also have 111. Wow. So with the Musician and 111, wow, 1111 on the back of the deck here. Wow. All the ones. 10 as well. 1. So with all these cards here, I just feel that we are in a position, especially with reconciliation, we are in this position to like kind of like grab the bull by its horns. All right, I keep changing this title. But I think it's grab the bull by its horn. Grab the bull by its horns, and then self-concept is key in the parentheses. And that's the collective message today. So I'm going to finish my rose tea. And then I'm going to end the live stream because I think I'm done with the card today. That was a beautiful message. But yeah. Grabbing the bull by its horns is the only thing we can do. It's the only thing, like, I just feel that to live truly takes responsibility. There's this quote that came to mind: to live courageously. It's something literally from anime. From anime. God, what's his name? Muruk. Because now that's like stuck in my head. I pray I find it, because if I don't, I'm gonna like be thinking about it all damn day. And I don't have all damn day to like find this. Hmm. Damn it. I know I wrote it down. Oh, to live strong is very difficult. To overcome uncertainty is an enormous task. And this is from anime, guys. And I'm like, holy shit. This stuff is so relevant. It's so powerful. Because it's true, to live strong is very difficult. To overcome uncertainty is a very, very enormous task. And so that's kind of what self concept is. And that's what being a resilient human being is means, to live strongly and to overcome uncertainty that you feel, you know? So that's all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this back, and just be sure to join me next time on these lives, because I want to read cards for you guys. And I look so nice today. Ego. Ego's here. Self concept is here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Namaste.